Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 13 of the 31 Days of Horror. DBougie86 here again. Now, the film I got for you guys today is a film I always wanted to talk about for the longest time. And, yeah, this film was actually introduced to me like a few years ago. My co host of Underwater Kaiju from Outer Space, Jerry Herring, talks about this film religiously. So I was curious on it. And this film actually does have a release now in the States from Shout Factory, like their anime line that they have there, where they release the Studio Ghibli films too. And it's from, I think, 97 or 98. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the UK release that I picked up because this film didn't have a release at the time. And that is Satoshi Kon's Perfect Blue. Uh, this film has a very interesting history, of course. I'm not going to get into all the details, but pretty much this was going to start it out as a live action film, and what ended up happening was there was an accident or something, or like a disaster that happened, and the studio was like had to cut the budget down of this film. So with the budget cut, they ended up having to make it into an anime. So that's very interesting in itself. If you want to hear the whole story, there's like a whole thing like on Wikipedia or like any of the sites where you can find out more information about that. But anyways, the main plot of Perfect Blue, we're introduced to our main character, Mima, who's a young pop star in the beginning of the film, who's actually leaving the pop industry, and she ends up becoming an actress. She's getting into acting, and Mima is starting out on this murder mystery drama where her character is kind of subjected to some fucked up things on the show. And while this is going on, she has like a popular like Mima's Room website where there's like bloggers that are imitating her, and also things that she is seeing. Her psychosis is starting to go as the film progresses, with like the ever-ending stress of being actor, and it's pretty interesting the aspect of that because what we end up seeing is like a Mima sees as like a older version of herself, like dressed as the pop star that she once was throughout the film. So there's a very psychological angle to that. And while this is also going on, there's actually murders happening, and Mima is connected to this murder spree that is happening. So what ends up happening is it kind of becomes like the way I would describe it, like a giallo mystery slash thriller film, where the mystery is unfolding and who's killing these people and why. And that's pretty much the gist of the plot of this one. Uh, yeah, what I think of Perfect Blue, the story is engaging, and the psychological aspect of it really makes it really pure in the heart of the story. The elegance of the beauty and the animation on screen is beautiful because I actually love a lot of anime films in general. Like I just said, Studio Ghibli's one of my favorite companies. So don't hold me to that. You know what I mean? But anime is cool animation. The style of anime that's in this is very full free. It's very organic. There's a lot of like energy where these look like actual people the way they are drawn, and the interactions are great. And another thing I like about anime is when you watch like dubs of them, they kind of seem more natural in the dub instead of like per se you watch like a live action film with a dub and you could see like mouths moving and shit like that. And they usually have a better voice cast for uh, animated films in general. So that's always a plus when you watch like an English dub of these movies. Uh, you don't have to normally watch like a subtitled version, which I do dig because sometimes you miss things and it's a little easier to follow with watching it in your native tongue per se. Uh, yeah, the psychosis of this film is great, and it does have like a elegant like art house stature to it, which I fucking love. Like the imagery that it's beautiful. It's like if Argento met like a fucking what the fuck's the word? Uh, Walt Disney movie, pretty much. Yeah, that's the way I would describe it. Uh, Very psychotic, great blue tinge throughout some of the shots, great elegance to the screen, and of course, if you don't also know about this film, this is actually one of Darren Aronofsky's favorite films. He actually uh, bought the rights to actually remake this at one point, and what he ended up doing, if you don't remember his film Requiem of a Dream, he actually reshoots like a famous scene from this movie where a character is inside a tub. And if you know the scene I'm talking about from Wrecking with a Dream, it actually comes from this film. And also, a lot of plot points that are in this film, he actually kind of reuses in his film, Black Swan. Uh, yeah, it's very influenced by Perfect Blue, that film. And, the elegance of it is beautiful as all. And it's cool that you see filmmakers love this film and inspired to make their own art because of an anime movie. Uh, yeah, Perfect Blue is a very fucking awesome movie. Very elegant. If you love like mystery slash thriller giallo films, and there are deaths in this movie. It's kind of cool in the elegance of how it's going on. It's a very psychological film in that sense, and I love psychological horror, and this is probably a great example of it. That's in a different format than we're used to seeing. Yeah, it's a fucking great movie. If I had to rate it, again, a solid 9.5 out of 10 for me. I fucking love this movie. Uh, Highly recommend you guys, if you live in the UK, as a UK Blu-ray like I have, or you can also get the Shout Factory release, which is a Blu-ray slash DVD combo. Not sure what the features are different on that release, so I'm kind of curious on that actually. Might have to look more into that after I do this video. But anyways, guys, that's it for Perfect Blue. I highly recommend it. 9.5 out of 10. Fucking great movie. Alright, guys, that's it for this review. As always, I'll be back tomorrow with another one. And I'll see you then, guys. Peace out.